have messed up my schedule and lost my focus again. Procrastination has pulled me back into mediocrity again. Over the last 3 months, my phone usage skyrocketed to 3 hours a day and my iPad usage stand over 5 hours. Now I will show you what my schedule was and what it did become. A normal day in my life looked like this. I stand up at 4:35 a.m. I would be at 5:15 in the gym. At 6:45 I had breakfast. At 7:15 I worked on my startup. At 9 a.m. I went to my engineering job, worked there until 5. At 5:30 I enjoyed dinner with my wife. At 6:30 I worked on my startup again. And at 8:30 I started relaxing. At 9:30, about 10 p.m. I was in bed. I kept this schedule over 2 years and now it looks like this. At around 8:30 a.m. I wake up. At 9 a.m. I am at my job, working until 5, and the rest is just living in the day and handling what life is throwing at you. I want to start to talk about the inner battle. Where does it start and where does it end? Well, since I remember, I have an inner drive. A drive to get better. My mind is full of thoughts, ideas and dreams, but my execution did not keep up always. Until I found out why I was pulled that way. I'm someone who is creating problems for myself, just pressurizing me afterwards to solve them. Life is actually much simpler if we just let it. And this comes from someone who had peak depression when he was 19 until 24. I suffered panic attacks in my best years. All through the pressure I burdened myself up with. The fear of falling short and not meeting expectations is what was the downfall for me. Now I'm 32. I read so many books about how to deal with that stuff. And I even went once to a psychologist, which changed my view on things completely. It was not the therapy changed it, it was the way that the psychologist was talking. He had a pitiful voice, and for someone who has pride in himself, pity is the last thing you want to experience. Maybe this was his strategy, but as soon as I left this office, it was clear I'm not coming back. What holds us back in our life? This question is something I'm wondering upon always. For me, most of the times it is I try something new without trying really hard to become good at it. This was my main problem. I had the inner desire and the energy to start something, but had not the balls to perfectionize it. The reason is hard to say, but I'll admit it. As you learn something, the beginning is very simple. As you progress, it gets more complex. The fear of falling short as you are experiencing your limits is one of the primary reasons people will not take up challenges. And this is the reason why most of us run from challenges. No one likes defeat, but this way our mind tricks us. It just says then, you did not try enough, you just ran. But if you would have tried, you will sure have succeeded. That's a lie. With this mindset, we fail creating stability, balance, as well as consistency in our lives. This also applies to our jobs. If things get stressful, most of us look for a way out, instead of fighting through the pain. This is called the path of least resistance. But know that this path is the path to mediocrity. Let us now look on how to find the right path to pursue. Most of us look at their schedules to determine their discipline. But reaching discipline is just one of many factors. Factors for good habits in your life. You need those in your run to build up wealth. Other good habits are be in control of your finances, as this provides stability in your life. Work out regularly. This has a huge positive impact on your mental health and on your physical health also. Third, reduce your time-wasting habits. Example, get rid of YouTube Shorts or TikTok. Fourth, spend time with your loved ones. Especially this gets much harder as we grow, but spend time with them now before you regret it later. And fifth, focus at only one task at a time. So, what I want to say is that the right path is not containing only one thing. It is the accumulation of many good habits. What did I do to implement good habits? The first way was deleting all the social media accounts I had. I started this during my examination period in university. But right after my examination period ended, I created new accounts. And I was in the trap again. And every time I went back on social media, I started using it more intense. It takes months, sometimes years to build up good habits, but takes just seconds to destroy it completely. And me telling you now as a content creator and as a social media app developer, get rid of social media and get rid of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram might sound confusing. I see it this way. If I can just reach a very few amount of people who are trying to do better in life, they will create new opportunities for others which others can also benefit from. I believe helping others is more beneficial than earning a few dollars more or less. Next tips. Decrease your screen time on your phone, iPad, whatever. Watch less movies, listen to less music. First, empty your mind and cut down all the distractions which life throws at you to a bare minimum. Whilst doing that, think about one thing only. Do not try to do multiple things at once. Why just one thing, you might ask? Well, if you try to catch 2 rabbits at once, how many will you end up catching? You will catch none of them. A very good guide which helped me to focus is a book written by Gary Keller, The One Thing. Well, I get not paid to promote this. It is just from my experience that the mindset this book delivers is really good. So let's conclude. Wasting time is normal. Slipping from your schedules and procrastinating is part of everyone's lives. How you choose to deal with it differentiates successful from mediocre people. Will you bounce back? How fast are you able to bounce back? The first step for your comeback is realizing the things you are lacking in. And tomorrow at 5:15 a.m. I will be back in the gym posting on social media. If you are interested in that, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel and check out our social media profiles as well. And most likely, I will run back into procrastination. But sure, I will come back. What about you?